What's up, everyone? It's Dudes Talking Comics. It's Mo and
TK.
And today we're going to talk about Venomized. There's only 2 issues, so we're going to do like a little light review. I mean, we're going to just go through over a few things that have been going on. Just a quick little rundown. This takes like a continuation of Venom's storyline. If we're not mistaken, he was transported to a different dimension. He had to deal with symbiotes. They were attacked, and the X-Men and the Guardians were involved. Long story short, the evil threat, which is called Poisons, they're like a multiverse. They're from a different universe, and they're just like a different symbiote. Like the same thing, but the whole universe is just taken over by symbiotes. It's an alternate version of symbiotes that have taken over of superheroes and stuff. Well, either way, they're making their way to Earth. And Venom, the X-Men, the Guardians, they pretty much want to get there before and warn everybody that Earth Prime is under attack.
Now, do they make it in time?
I don't think they do. Because the issue starts off with pretty much main superheroes getting attacked. Now, the reason I'm going like this, because are they really getting attacked?
In the long run, I guess. Like what the outcome would be, I guess, in a way. What would the outcome be? That they controlled.
Yeah, because pretty much these symbiotes, if you guys are aware of previous storylines, when you get controlled by a symbiote, you know, it can be removed, you know, especially with how Spider-Man dealt with it, and Venom.
Sonic vibrations and stuff.
Yeah, like loud, sharp noises can have it removed. There's other methods like fire, I think, also. But these symbiotes have been altered. And from what we're gathered is like pretty much if it hangs on to you long enough, it's permanent. Yeah. It's permanent, and they become that superhero.
Yeah. So before we get into it, the writer is Cullen Bunn, and the artist is Ivan Coelho. So yeah, so it starts off with these superheroes getting attacked.
And it's major superheroes. Like
strong superheroes. And they said it. They mentioned it. Hey, listen, we want the superheroes with power. And they put it out there. So we got the Mighty Thor, which was, you know, she's still in here.
Jane Foster. Jane Foster. This takes place, guys. Spoiler alert for any of you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This takes place before Jane Foster Thor dies. They do make a note of that in the comic book. So right off the bat, you already see these superheroes getting attacked and transforming into symbiote versions of themselves.
So how are they getting attacked?
Well, there's a different group. There's a group called Poisons. The Poisons. And they kind of look like the X-Force. So they come into Earth and they're shooting everybody up, and they're shooting them with symbiotes. And then it just takes over them. But as soon as these heroes are hit with the symbiote, they feel strong. They're feeling really great. So they're kind of confused. They're like, is this
because
good?
They're still in control. That's the thing. So the thing is that they're boosted in power. And they're in control. So it's like, are they being, like the question you had, are they literally being attacked? Are they being attacked? So we got them in the X-Mansion getting attacked. All the X-Men, Kitty Pryde is there. She's the only one that's immune to it because it could go.
Yeah, she could just go right through it. And you see them like getting shot up, and they're confused a little bit because from far, there's a little panel there that you see these young mutants, and they're like, hey, check it out, it's the X-Force. Hey, what's up, guys? And they're getting shot up, and they're getting transformed into these symbiotes, and they're like, ooh, this feels kind of good. Ooh, I like this. But this isn't good, or this and that. So, you know, X-Men, Old Man Logan, Colossus, they'll come out, they're trying to like, you know, figure stuff out and try to save the day and stuff.
They come through, they get hit, they're like, oh snap, we got more power.
Even Wolverine.
Yeah.
Wolverine and them are all getting hit up. You know, Thor, Hercules, they're all getting hit up. Now, one of the people that notice what's going on is Spider-Man.
Yep.
Now, he ends up trying to...
just dealing with all this.
Here it is again, symbiote. Yeah. And he mentions that. He's like, I've dealt with this before. I'm cool with this. So he's kind of battling a symbiote version of the Punisher. Spider-Man being Spider-Man, making those little quirky jokes, but he ends up getting attacked.
Gets shot. And we got this beautiful picture right here, and I believe it's from the original when he first got I forgot what cover it is, the cover of the
I think it's the first issue of him when he transforms into Black Spider-Man's suit, which is a cool Easter egg because what TK is mentioning is like I think they purposely have him positioned in the way that he did in the old comic book. So that's like pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. We see the Defenders fighting. So everybody's getting attacked right now with this.
And Spider-Man also mentioned, he's like, you know, I don't want to deal with this, but I know what I need to do to get rid of it. So he kind of was fighting that evil version of the Punisher, and he makes his way to the bell tower, which I want to know, I wonder if that's the same bell tower that he went to back in the day to every movie.
He just has it there. He's
like, there it is.
Yeah, it's on this street right here. And he goes swinging to it. But yeah, he tries, and there's where he sees that things are different. That it's not the same.
Because like we mentioned before, there's a specific way that he could get rid of it. So he goes there, he's banging that bell, is loud, because it's loud vibration, sounds like that can remove it, but it's not removed, and he already knows, wait a minute, this is a little bit different. This isn't the regular symbiote that we're dealing with. So
off the back, they already show who's behind the attack. They already, you know, we go through Thanos and Doctor Doom. Now that's a cool duo right there, like to have them there. But you know, Thanos is mostly in charge, I guess. But there's someone even higher than him that we could also get into. But yeah, they're from that universe as the symbiote, so they also have that symbiote attached.
Because we were also like talking about like, because we're new to the storyline. We were like, is that Earth Prime Thanos, Earth Prime Doctor Doom? But they make it clear that like this universe is already giving us issues, so they're from an alternate universe.
So they're already from an alternate universe. We got, you know, the superheroes that haven't been affected, you know, planning a way to stop this from happening. We got the Avengers, we got the X-Men, and sooner or later they meet up with the Guardians, and they're like, we got to figure this out. We got to get this in order, because if not, all these superheroes are going to be turned into these evil symbiotes, and things are going to go downhill from there. So you get a sneak peek in the first one about where is this person? You want to say who it is? So Thanos and Doctor Doom, they're having a conversation that like everything's going to plan. The prime, the prime heroes that we wanted to hit are being hit. We're not at 100%, but we also need to worry about two anomalies. These two anomalies will help us kind of like achieve our overall goal of world domination. What else is new with the villains? World domination. One of them... Well, universe domination. Well, you know what? They did mention that. Yeah, they've been taking... They did mention that. How about that interaction with them, though? With Doctor Doom and Thanos. It kind of seems like Thanos was sunning him. Yeah, he was like, you have failed before, and remember, you will be replaced. But Doctor Doom has his own way of saying, like, hey, listen, I'm not the only one that can be replaced. And then Thanos is like, I'm aware. So were they both sunning each other? Oh, they'll sun each other on the... I mean, hopefully they both understood like how it's going down and stuff. I'm hoping that throughout the future issues we find a little bit more about their relationship and stuff, because it seems like Thanos is head and then Doctor Doom is like his assistant. But we both know these are two guys that are like major villains. Yeah, that are interested in power, and they're not interested in teaming up as much as, having control themselves. So they did mention there's two anomalies. One of them is Carnage, Cletus Cassidy. They were like, we need to find Earth Prime's version of Carnage, because in other places they've gone to, other Earths, other universes, this guy's been a major issue. He's honestly the one that can stop them. From what they said, is like, hey, listen, Carnage is the one that could be the downfall of our plan. Yeah, so they send a separate group to go find Cletus Cassidy in this maximum prison, which they end up finding him, and from there they take him hostage. But there's another anomaly. There's another character here that they're worried about. So that's getting in number 2 of Venomized. So before all of that, the whole story starts off with Venom and Spider-Man. Spider-Man's not trusting Venom. He thinks Venom's behind it because of his symbiote and all of that. And he's like, how is Venom not the one that's doing all of this? Hold on, Venom's here and there's symbiotes all around. Wait a minute. You have something to do with this. Racist son of a... No. He just straight punches him in the face. And you got like a... I was gonna say like old school Spider-Man and Batman, which was exciting because it's Venom and then Black Suit Spider-Man, and that's a pretty cool image to look at. And then you have what's his name? I was gonna say Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt. Star-Lord. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. No. Then you got even a better scene after that. Then you got Magneto coming in, and he's like, whoa. I'm thinking that's the sound of magnetism. Let's do it. Settle down, motherfuckers. Settle down, my sons. Settle down, my kids. Where you're about to get it. You pretty much, they're about to like throw down and blow and like
punch. I was gonna say throw down and blow. Blow. They were pretty much gonna start fighting, and Magneto pretty much gets them under control and tells them we need to figure out a plan because things are going south right now.
Yeah. Right? So they find out a plan. They go try to talk to Kitty Pryde because, you know, she's the only one that can survive it, and she knows she wants to just go talk to the professor, the scientist. So it's Dr. Steve, and Dr. Steve kind of like has a plan, I guess, to try it out, and Venom already knows what's that about. So he was like, no, I'm not gonna let you hurt these creatures. I guess, you know, he had an attachment for his fellow symbiotes.
Yeah, because
from a different universe.
They make their way through to Alchemex Industries, Venom, Spider-Man, that doctor, and the doctor has an idea. But Venom did bring up one thing. You know, these symbiotes, they come from a different planet, and from what we have gathered, they're not like this vicious, you know, species. They want to be left alone, but they're being weaponized. They're
controlled. That's what's going on. So they're already being controlled, and the whole backstory about it is that, hey, we're gonna shoot you guys with this symbiote, and then, you know, you're gonna feel great in the beginning. You're gonna feel all good, but then after the bonding process is done, that's when we have control over you. And that's when we could run the whole universe.
And what he's saying is, you guys are trying to end them. What makes you seem that you guys are the victim only? They're the victim too, so we need to figure out a way to help both sides out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you want to talk about that kid? The other part of that? To be honest with you, I'm still a little bit iffy with this kid. It's a superhero. He has a specific power about himself.
I don't know if he's a superhero. I think he's just a kid that has a specific power that he could create super beings. From what I read. Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. So it would make sense. Hey, listen, create super beings for us, so we attach the symbiotes and we control them, and then that's it, and we could still take over other universes. Remember, they're taking over universes. This is not planets. This is not solar systems. This is real.
Yeah. And you know, if you guys are more aware or have more info on who that person is, go ahead and comment below. Again, we're getting into the flow of this storyline, and we're just trying to figure everything out, and that kind of leads to this big battle on the bridge. You got the Avengers, the X-Men, the Guardians. You have some of the superheroes who have been bonded with the symbiote, not fully bonded, but not all the way there, and they're kind of battling the evil symbiotes, Poison, and it seems like something is going on, because you also see Nova. He's like trying really hard to get rid of the symbiote, and I think he's starting to feel that he's losing control of himself.
He's telling Captain America, hey, listen, we gotta get away. We can't have this attached to us and things like that. So yeah, he gets a symbiote on top of him. He feels it. He's trying to rip it off. He can't do anything. Captain America is just looking at him like, damn, son, my bad.
Yeah, like he can't really do much.
What is Captain America gonna do?
He's gonna, like, with the shield,
start chipping away?
Because again, remember guys, these guys got hit with the symbiote. They're not fully bonded, so they still have control, but they're aware. They've been told already that if it goes too long with that on you, it becomes a full bond. Like you even lose yourself. The symbiote takes over the superhero. But even though they have the symbiote on them, they sort of still have control. Now we have this other part. It's like these little monsters.
So these, I don't know. I guess another alien species. These little creatures that come out. I feel like there was an ambush, because he was like, those aliens. They wanted us to come here. They lured us here. They lured us out. So I guess they wanted that whole battle to happen with the superheroes or whatever is that are attached. Yeah. And with that, they had these little aliens that are gonna come and I guess turn them evil. I guess turn whoever has it, like, I don't know if it's turning them evil or doing some kind of.
You know what it looks like? If it maybe helps you guys. Again, picture a superhero who's been bonded with a symbiote. So let's say Spider-Man. So Spider-Man, now he's got a symbiote, so he's Black Spider-Man, but he's still aware. He still knows what's going on. And then you know that movie Aliens, that thing that shoots into the mouth and then like covers their face, the face huggers. So it looks like face huggers that are now being connected to their head. And it seems like those little face huggers are now controlling them, and now they're evil. Now they're full on evil symbiote versions of these superheroes. Because we were like, what are these little aliens? And it kind of like connects. There's a scene here that Hercules and Thor, they're fighting these evil symbiotes, and then Hercules is like, no! And the face hugger kind of like connects right there to Thor. And now Thor is evil. No! No.
Yeah, now we see like the last page is just Thor there saying all the thunderous goddess and
stuff. All that good stuff. Thunder and lightning, thunder and lightning. No.
What does that remind me of? It's like a Thundercats or He-Man.
Thunder.
Yeah, what is
Thundercats.
Yeah.
Oh. So the last scene is pretty much like now Thor, who has a symbiote, has his little face hugger alien on her, and now she's like full on evil, which is what TK mentioned. It seems like they did it on purpose to get all these superheroes on that bridge to fight these evil poison symbiotes. Because those evil symbiotes wanted these little face hugger things. That's not their name. We're just trying to figure out what it is to attach to themselves.
Face huggers.
Face huggers. That's what they are right there.
So yeah, so I don't know about you. When I saw Venomized and I read it, I thought it was great. I thought it was cool. I thought it was something new. Remember, again, we haven't been caught up on it. We haven't been reading those storylines. So that's why we're a little iffy on some things. That's possibility that you guys know the answers to everything we didn't know when we was describing it. So if you do, let us know and comment below. Like,
let us know the connection to like everything, because I'll be honest with you, TK was the one who let us know and was like, listen, Venomized is like, it's pretty cool, you guys should jump on it. So I jumped on 1 and 2. But remember, there's storylines that are going on that happened before this that kind of give it a better connection that if I would have read, I would have been like, okay, this makes sense.
I'm pretty sure like that's all we need is that background story, is that like legitimate thing going on. But we just wanted to jump on this because of, you know, it was a Venom story. I wanted to read one. Part 1 was great. You know, I think they did a fantastic job. The whole thing, I understood most of it.
Yeah.
Part 2 got kind of confusing, and it got kind of confusing with who the characters were. And I thought it was a cool thing in Part 1 because you could actually see like, oh shit, that's Wolverine with the claws and stuff. Part 2 just got a little iffy, like you know, you really have to go into detail, and even when you go into detail, you're still like trying to figure out who's who. So, you know, with that being said, I feel like they should have just thrown in like a couple of names, more names in there, like, hey, you know,
just to like clarify, like,
just to clarify who they are.
And again, it seems like there's a alternate version of Thanos and Dr. Doom, and also they do show Lady Death in there. So it's kind of like the version of Thanos right here, who's obsessed with the Infinity Gems and taking over the universe. So it seems like this version is obsessed with, you know, taking control of the symbiote, weaponizing it, and using that to take over the universe.
And it looks like he's just doing this for her because he's
again.
Where's Deadpool?
It's Thanos and Lady Death, like showing her like, this is what I can do to destroy this and that. It's the same story with them.
That's worse than Mary Jane and Spider-Man.
It is. Dude, stop being a sucker and do it for yourself.
Right?
Shoot. If I was to give it a rating, for now, out of 5 stars, I'm gonna give it a 2.5, just cause the first issue I liked, second one I was confused, and plus issue's not over yet, but I will continue reading this and I am enjoying it, but I was confused. But I did mention that there's previous stuff that I wish I knew more about and it would make more sense. 2.5 doesn't really mean that I don't like it, it's just a confusion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll give it, I mean, I had it like at a 3 something just because of the first one. So when we jumped into the second one, I was like, all right, you know what? I don't know what's really going on. I wish I did, but I know the characters, I know who everyone is, the Anti-Venom, I know everything. I just didn't read the story before. So I read a little bit of the summary and saw what happened, and you know, it worked out, but again, my troubles was with the who's who and what's really going on. But I'm guessing once we read those things, this comic book is going to be a lot better.
Yeah, we're going to finish it all the way through the end, and that'll give us a better idea. And then we'll give it an overall rating.
And then at the end, just be like, yo, 1 star.
Well, hey, listen, this channel will be boring if he gives it a 5 and I give it a 5 all the time. You know, he might like it, I might not like it, I might really like it and he might not. But that's the cool thing about this, that we could go back and forth and we can discuss why yes and, you know, why no, you know. And you guys can also do that too in the comments below. Let us know why you guys like these first 2 issues and what you guys are expecting. As a matter of fact, that's my final question to end this video. What do you see happening in the next issue?
I mean, from here, like, I don't know, more superheroes being, I guess, a plan formulating on how to, you know, get rid of them and how to take them off. But other than that, I feel like it's gonna go at least another issue of just them getting
battling it out. Yeah.
With all of that going on.
Yeah, I think he was brought up in the comic book. Anti-Venom, of course, we'll figure out into the equation because he pretty much, they made it sound like he can solve this, but Venom was not having it because he knows the way that he'll solve it would involve hurting the symbiotes. Again, it could be something totally different, but maybe he'll be more involved.
What I am interested in is Carnage.
Yes, that's what's gonna really raise up my my rating. Carnage.
That's where that's what I'm attached to. Like, oh man, Carnage is behind something. They need him for something. And in the comic book, they grab him. They have him actually.
Yeah.
And they're actually doing something. So
yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what we have. Just a couple of reminders. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dudes Talking Comics. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Dudes Talking Comics. And we also have a few podcasts out. The app is Anchor. You guys can go ahead and download. It is free. And you can listen to us. Pretty much, he's laughing and I was like, Anchor? What I said?
You said podcasts.
Oh, podcasts. Podcasts. What's this?
Wakanda? I don't know.
Thundercats. Our podcast.
Yeah, we got a couple of episodes out there, and that's easier to make because we have the group and we're at home. So if you guys want to really listen to us, because we're the the shit, I guess.
we get together, we talk. Our last podcast was about Old Man Logan. Go ahead and check it out. The app is Anchor, or you can just go to our Instagram page. The link is there, and you guys can listen to us kind of talk about comic books. But other than that, we are going to be making more videos. So we're going to try our best to get one new video, at least 1 to 2 new videos up a week. So stay tuned. And when we do make these videos, we let everybody know ahead of time. I mean, if you guys request that, we'll make that happen. But we'll let everybody know on Instagram to look out for those videos. Any final words?
That's it. I'm ready for the next issue. So
yeah, me too. So other than that, DTC out. Woo!
Yeah, that's what I was going for.